Welcome back, guys. Today I have a drugstore haul for you. There is a ton of new makeup at the drugstore. I'm really excited about it because I'm seeing new products that I've never seen offered before in the drugstore. It is not only a haul of drugstore makeup, but it's also a first impressions because I'm wearing a lot of it on my face today. So as I go through product by product, I will let you know what I think. Let's just jump into it. So the first product that I want to talk about are these new Maybelline eyeshadow primers, and I picked them all up in 410 Prime and Smooth, 420 Prime and Matte, and 430 Prime and Illuminate. And I'm actually wearing this one right now. I really like it because you can wear it alone as an eyeshadow base or simply as a cream eyeshadow. It's a very glowy, very shimmery, really pretty, but it does help adhere any kind of powder eyeshadow to your eyes and make it last longer. I haven't tested out Prime and Smooth or Prime and Matte quite yet. As you can see, they're still in the package, but I will definitely open these bad boys up and swatch them for you. And as I said, I'm already really happy with the Prime and Illuminate. Maybelline has really been stepping up their game lately, and I picked all three up. They also recently came out with a new formulation of their 24-hour color tattoos, which if you guys are familiar with the original, they come in a little kind of glass pot like this that's round. They remind me a lot of the MAC paint pots. I'm really excited to see that they came out with some more. Picked up three, the ones that intrigued me the most. Number 700, which is called Barely Beige, and I'm actually wearing that in my waterline right now to kind of open up my eyes and brighten them. The other colors that I picked up are number 725 Bronze Truffle, which is like a champagne-y bronze color, really pretty. This would look gorgeous all over the lid with a very matte brown shadow in the crease, and you're pretty much ready to go out the door. And then I had to pick up a chocolatey brown color, and it's actually called Creamy Chocolate, number 730. It's just a gorgeous dark creamy brown color, which I love brown eyes with my dark brown eyes. Really impressed with the formulation and the fact that it lasts and wears as long as the little pots that they originally came in. And I have to say, so far with playing with these little guys, I've noticed creamy, maybe because they're in pencil form and you close them with this little plastic top, that they don't dry out as quickly. I find that with the little paint pot things that they have, they dry out kind of quickly if you don't twist them shut really tightly, or you haven't used them in a couple of months and you go to use it again. They're kind of dry, they're a little bit tacky. So I'm hoping with time and wear as I use these products that they last longer, and that may very well be why they changed their packaging. I'm happy that they're continuing this product within their line and that they've kind of upgraded the packaging, hopefully along the wear of the product itself. And then I picked up a new brow product that they released. It's called their Brow Drama Pomade Crayon. It's going to easily fill in your brows because it's wider than the brow is. It's not so skinny. So I feel like this will give you a great fast brow, but because it is in a thicker pencil form, I would be really careful. Use a light hand just because you don't want intense brows, especially if you're new to the whole brow game. I definitely want to play with this guy next. And the only other drugstore product that I have found for the brows that works as well as the Anastasia one for me so far is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, which is a very thin little brow pencil with a spoolie at the end. It has that waxiness to it. It works about just as well, and it's half the price of the Anastasia one. So yes, this is a different form. It's a bigger kind of chubby crayon, but I'm hoping because it has that pomade formulation within it that it works really well. So I'll definitely update you guys on this. If you're looking for new brow products from the drugstore, Maybelline just released this guy. And mine is in this shade 260 Deep Brown. This next product is a lip product, and it's the only lip product I've picked up, surprisingly enough, because I love lipstick. But it's the only one that really intrigued me, and it is the new Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Nude Thrill. And I'm wearing it right now. It's just a gorgeous everyday, I think universally flattering nude. It does come on a little shiny at first, but within 10 minutes it dries to a nice matte finish. Very lightweight feel. It's not mousse-like in consistency like the Ofra liquid lipsticks or the NYX soft matte lip creams or even the new Tarte lip paints. It's almost like a thicker gloss formula, but then it dries matte. And oddly enough, it smells like gardenias. It smells really good, like a little bit of a perfume set to it. Once it dries down, you don't smell it anymore, but when you're applying it to your lips and you first open it, you definitely smell like this gardenia, fresh garden scent, which I actually kind of like it. So I'll let you guys know how this guy plays out. This is my first time wearing it, but so far I'm loving it. I'm loving the color, I'm loving the formulation, and how comfortable it feels on my lips. This next product, I'm actually not wearing it today, and I'll explain why in a second. And it is the new Covergirl Plumpify Mascara. It is supposed to create 50 times the volume, make them lift, curl, and just plump. Well, I actually recently received one in the mail before I purchased it, so I got to play with it a little bit. So I may save this to give away to somebody. And honestly, I'm not really a fan of this mascara. The wand did intrigue me. It has this cool, wide, kind of thick, plumpy kind of wand, just like what it says it does. And I definitely love the Covergirl Supersizer mascara. That's the one I'm wearing right now. This one is very big. It's very clumsy when you're applying the mascara. I felt like I was getting a lot of product on my lid instead of on my lashes. It was horrible on the lower lashes. It created a raccoon effect because it was getting on my lower lashes but then touching the skin underneath, and it was making such a mess. So that's why I did not want to wear it for this video. So far I haven't been a fan. Again, I've only worn it like 2 or 3 times so far. I haven't seen a difference. I haven't said, wow, this works better now. Maybe I need to play with it a couple more times. If you guys have picked up this mascara, let me know if you like it or if I just need to test it out a couple more times. I am thinking of doing soon a disappointing product regret purchase video. This little guy unfortunately may be in that list. So far I'm not impressed with this mascara at all, and I hate to say that because I'm not a negative person. This was a $7 purchase I could have saved. This next product is really exciting from the drugstore, and it's a little contour and highlighting palette from L'Oreal. Really cute. It's one of those diagonal designs where you have one color split on one side and the other split on the other. And I have to say, I am highly impressed with this product. Even the little brush that it comes with inside might seem like the thing you just toss, like you do with an eyeshadow palette from the drugstore. It's really cute. It actually works really well. It pinpoints the exact position of where you want to contour, and that way you don't go any further down. It's a very subtle shade. It's very cool tone, almost like a gray color, which is the perfect shade for contouring. You want to create a shadow on your face when you're contouring. That's why you don't contour with dark, deep, chocolatey bronze colors. You have to actually buy contouring powders or find face powders that are in that cool tone gray shade, because that's what's going to create and fake people into believing that that shadow is a higher cheekbone, a more structured, skinny look to your face. I picked mine up in the shade Light. I picked up this one because of the highlight shade. The other ones were a little bit too peachy or almost like a blush color, and I want something more pearlescent in that pearly white family. That's the kind of highlight that looks the best on my skin tone. So I was really impressed because not only did I like the contouring powder, but I absolutely like the highlight. Not an intense highlight. So for those of you that are looking for a very wet looking Champagne Pop Becca Cosmetics highlight, you're not going to get that with this guy. What you're going to get is a very subtle, bridal, glow from within highlight. The kind of highlight you'd get from the Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette. It's very subtle, but it's gorgeous. It gives you just a nice natural glow. Same with this contouring shade. If you're new to contouring and you don't want to spend a ton of money on a high-end contour kit, get this little guy from L'Oreal, because you're going to end up with a great contouring shade. If you're fair to maybe light medium skin tone like myself, get the shade Light, because that's the one that worked for me. I feel that it is a subtle contouring shade, but that's perfect for the beginner, or especially if you don't want to do an intense contour, because it's going to create that shadow, it's going to give you that structure, and then you can bronze on top. So yes, I definitely highly recommend this. It was under $10, and you get 2 products that for me worked very well. Maybelline recently released a couple of new bronzers in their Master line, which I really love. Their Master Highlight, which is a highlighting product that's in a mosaic form. And they recently released a couple of bronzers. Unfortunately, I had 3, and one decided to shatter upon shipment. So it completely broke. I opened the box, it fell out of the box and shattered all over the place. The only reason I'm not that upset about it is because it was a reddish clay, kind of almost too muddy color, so I know it would not have looked good on me. So I'm glad that that's the one that broke and not one of these, because I like these colors better for my skin tone. And the ones I have here are number 310 Weekend Bronze, which is the lighter of the 2, and that's the one I used to bronze up on top of that L'Oreal contour palette. And then I have number 330 Paradise Bronze. They're really pretty. This one has almost like a slight golden, I don't want to say red, but almost like a burnt bronze color. Like, it does have some red to it, but it's very subtle. It's gorgeous for building up. If you wanted to forego the whole contouring concept, you could definitely use this as a blush and bronzer and kind of swirl it around that area and just highlight, and you'd be pretty much done with your face. Number 330 Paradise Bronze is just slightly more tan, a little bit more chocolatey. So it's not as dark as a chocolate Solier, but it's almost there. And when you're bronzing or contouring, just remember, no matter how scary the color looks in the pan, because trust me, I know I've been there with blush, with bronzer, a little bit goes a long way. You can always add more. You can build it to your liking. As long as you can blend it out, you can see if the color works for you. And then if you feel like you need more, you can just simply add more. The one that broke was obviously number 320, and I think that one was called Paradise Vacation, if you guys are interested. But I'm pretty happy with these. They're about $4 or $5, and I feel like you get a lot of product because it's a pretty large size pan. And again, it's a fun drugstore alternative for bronzer. Keeping on with face products, I want to talk about the blush I'm wearing today, and it's another new product, this time from Covergirl. It's their True Blend blush, and they come in these adorable packages. They remind me a lot of the Neutrogena bronzers and blushes that came out during the summer last year. But these are baked, so they have that beautiful little dome shape, and that marbleization to them makes it so pretty. It reminds me a lot of the baked blushes from Milani, and also the ones from Laura Geller can look like this. I really like this. And I actually picked it up in the lightest color, which is kind of funny because I usually go for the more mauve or the darker plummy kind of blushes. But this one was so pretty. When I opened it to kind of give you guys a better look at it, I ripped the sticker off, so I'm not sure of the name. I'll have to look it up, and I'll definitely list it below in the description box. Impressively enough, as light as it looks in the pan, it really does show up on the face. I felt like it gave me a nice little flush of color, especially since I did a smokier eye and I wanted to play with contouring and kind of bronzing up the skin. I wanted a more subtle blush, and it gave me a lot more color and more punch than I thought it would. It blended so well, so smoothly. I really like this blush, so much so I think I want to go check out what the other colors are and pick up some more. Really been impressed with Covergirl lately. The next product that I'm wearing as well is also from Covergirl, and it's their True Naked palettes. They've recently released 3 of them. This one is in the roses. I did not see the one that I believe is called the nudes, and I think there's one called the bronzes. Decided to pick it up because I wanted to give it a test drive to see how close it really is dupe-wise to the Naked 3 from Urban Decay. And I would say, of course, it's not going to have all the colors that the Urban Decay palette has because that's a really large palette. But for something that costs $54 and something that's under $10, I say pick this one up. Pick up the other 2 if you can find them, because I was impressed. I was so impressed. These are creamy. They're so easy to blend. The pigmentation is there. If you don't find the pigmentation for the metallic-y shadows or the shimmery ones, simply use Fix Plus or the Smashbox setting spray to wet your eye brush, and then, oh my god, they double and triple in pigmentation. So I did do that for the shimmering colors that I put on my lid. The shimmery kind of rose gold color right there, that's the one that sold me on the palette in the first place. I thought it was beautiful. And after playing with it, I would say it is pretty comparable to the Naked 3. I like that it's not bulky, it's easier to carry with you. And I feel like I would find myself reaching for this one more so than the Naked 3 just because it's easier to store. I would definitely say that the pigmentation of this palette is one of the highest I've seen from the drugstore in the last recent months. That was worth every penny. This next product, I'm also wearing it on my face, and it's actually the foundation that I've chosen to wear for the day. It is the Maybelline Dream Velvet Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I wasn't sure of which shade to pick up online, so I chose 60 Sandy Beige, and upon arrival I was scared it might be too dark. But actually, if you only put a little bit on and blend it out with a damp beauty blender, or I like to use a Real Techniques Miracle Sponge, it gives you this gorgeous, flawless, smooth finish. It's definitely hydrating, but it's matte at the same time, which is almost unheard of. I don't know how they managed to pull that off, but I really like it. I think the color did actually blend well with my skin. Hopefully the camera's picking it up the same way I saw it in my mirror, but I really like it. I feel like it gave me a great medium to almost full coverage finish. It's definitely matte. So far, this foundation has floored me. This is actually my 3rd time wearing it, and I really, really like it. So if you have very dry skin, I would recommend trying this out. See what you think, because I'm probably oily to combination. I don't get as oily as I used to when I was a teenager, but I do feel like this controls the shine. I've worn it to work for various hours on end, and it's lasted, and I don't feel like I have to blot my face throughout. I highly recommend this foundation if you guys are looking for something new and matte. This next product was just a kind of whim purchase. I saw it, I thought it was cute. I got one for me and I got one for my mom, and I was simply sold for 2 reasons. 1, they were neutral colors, and 2, the name. So yeah, sometimes the name really does sell you on a product, and it's the Covergirl Quad in the shade Country Woods, and it's just 4 beautiful neutral brown shades that are slightly shimmery with a gorgeous vanilla matte for highlighting the brow bone. I just thought it was really pretty. I don't know if you remember, but I did a winter drugstore haul, and I got another one from them that was called Coffee Shop, and that was more coppery bronzy browns. So I wanted to get a neutral one to complement it because I was really impressed with the pigmentation. They're really, really pretty, buttery, and easy to blend, and again, super duper affordable. Okay, so now the very last of this haul are a few more eyeshadows. These are single eyeshadows L'Oreal has recently released, and these are their color-rich eyeshadow singles. The first color that I picked up is a nice shimmery white color, which I think is perfect for highlighting the inner tear duct or the brow bone, and it's called Paris Beach, number 200. Then I picked up number 202, Sunset Seine, which is kind of like a sunset brown, light taupey color. Great for the crease, great to put all over the lid with a darker matte color in the crease. Then I picked up number 204 in this shade Quartz Fume, which is a dark, chocolatey, beautiful brown. I thought this would look gorgeous all over the lid or when you want to do a really smoky eye. Then I picked up number 211, a beautiful, beautiful navy blue or royal blue, and it's called Grand Bleu. Really pretty when you want to do that smoky blue eye look, which I really like to do. And lastly, I picked up number 213 in Teal Couture. So it's basically just a beautiful teal color. This reminded me a lot of the MAC Plumage eyeshadow. So I wanted to test it out and see how dupe worthy this is, because again, this is so affordable. I swatched them at the store. I haven't opened these yet, but they swatch so buttery, so amazingly smooth. I was definitely impressed, especially coming from the drugstore. So that is it for my latest drugstore haul. There's just been so much makeup lately I had to share with you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you aren't already subscribed, feel free to do so below. And leave me comments, let me know what you've hauled lately or what you want me to try out on my channel for you guys or review in a future video, and I will definitely do that. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you guys next time.